Coming up next at the Wild Dog Arcade, with the huge amount of options that modern pinball machines have, Gary skillfully guides us through the process of how to get direct video and audio out of your Stern pinball machine. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Wild Dog Arcade. Today I'm going to walk you through how we get direct video and audio out of our Stern machines. So follow along and enjoy this tutorial. Okay, let me walk you through the components that you're going to need to do this. We like to get direct audio and video out of our pinball machine so we can stream it out there with good high quality video, good high quality audio. That way you, the viewer, get a better experience. To do that, you're going to need a variety of components. So first thing up is the HOV pinball board. This one plugs into the Stern board, picks up the LVDS connection, the Stern wire goes into it, comes out as a DVI, and then you use an adapter to get to HDMI. It's a plug-and-play solution. It is designed specifically for the Stern machine, so it works really reliably with it. It's very robust. Definitely highly recommend this one over some of the other options out there. To do that as well, you will need some sort of a capture card or capture box. I just have this EDID 4K Ultra HD capture box. You can pick these up anywhere, Amazon or whatever. So they're not terribly sensitive. The HOV Pinball website does give you compatibility ones. So if you want to look for one you know is going to go to the hovpinball.com and check that out. Audio. We use a Pinnovators board. So this is a little board that basically plugs into the speaker connector on the Stern main board. Basically, it just extracts a 3.5 millimeter stereo jack out of there. It's another plug-and-play solution, and then it's a very common stereo connection. To get the components from the board out of the game, I do a variety of things that are a little more permanent. You might not want to do this, or you might want to follow along. So for video, I typically put in a bulkhead connector in the back for the video. It's an HDMI, plugs into the board here, which then lets me just quickly plug into the game. That way when I move our streaming rig from one machine to another, I just plug into this jack. So all of our Stern machines have this sort of connection. Audio, you got a couple of options. You can do a bulkhead connector as well, or I'm going to use in this one a small bulkhead connector, so it's a smaller hole. It's basically just 3.5 millimeters in, 3.5 millimeters out, and then you use a stereo cable to connect between this and the Pinnovators board here. It's actually really simple. We have a mixing box that we use on our streaming rig. I put it in, balance our voices to the game, and then you get a really good audio connection out of there. Also, I actually usually add a noise filter in here. So this will cut some of the computer noise because you are connecting a computer to computer, at least in our case. So I would recommend putting a noise filter in some of there to prevent some ground loop isolation problems. These are inexpensive. You can get them anywhere, Amazon, you name it. So that's kind of the basic components you will need to do this install. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is shut off your game. Once it's powered off, make sure you actually unplug your game because you don't want any stray currents running around while you're working in there. Don't want to short anything out because you'll hate yourself later. All right, next step is to put in the actual bulkhead connectors. I drilled these off camera because I didn't want to bore you with the act of drilling. It's not the most exciting thing. So I've got a large hole and a small hole here for the two different connectors. You got the HDMI and the other one. So I'm going to feed the cable in from the back side, like so. Then there's a big plastic nut. Drop that on. Thread it into place. Line up your HDMI like you want on the back side. And then tighten to your heart's content. You don't probably need to go over tight because it'll hold itself in there pretty well. So pretty much hand tight. So that is the step number one. Step number two will be the bulkhead connector for the actual stereo jack. So again, feeds in from the back side. And then I will thread this on here. So that will basically give me the two connections, the HDMI and 3.5mm jack. I chose to put them in this area because it's easily reachable from around the side of the game. And I put it in the middle of this panel. You can still read the diagram it goes through. It's not a hard diagram, so you don't worry about destroying that. So I'll grab a wrench and I'll snug that one up, and then we'll move on to actually the electronics. All right, next up I'm going to put in the audio board from the Pinnovators board. So basically it's going to jumper into here. So just pull the connector off, install the Pinnovators board onto the connector, and then this one will clip on down here. So this one's pretty simple. It's basically a jumper board that gives you the stereo connection. That one's going to be pretty easy. So now I'll move on to the LVDS connection, which is that one right there. All right, this one's pretty simple. It's a plug and play as well. So what you want to do is come in, release this one, pull it off. So it's going to jumper into there. So what I want to probably do is pull some of these other connectors off so I can feed the board in around it and make it a little bit easier. So it just pops in here. And then this one, I'm going to unhook, feed it around here, plug that one back in, and then this one will also feed in and connect into here, right back into it. So that's pretty simple. So you got the board, jumpers in, stern wiring plugs right in and out with an HDMI. So now I'll actually run the wires, and then we basically buttoned up, and then we can move on to getting hooked up in the stream and testing it. All right, success. We have direct audio and direct video out of our Dungeons & Dragons pinball machine. We do this pretty much to every one of our games. This is our typical stream layout to where you can see what's going on with the LCD screen as well as we do. Plus, having the audio out of the game allows us to balance it out nicely between our voices and the game's voices. So I'm going to jump over on the game. We'll play it with some game audio.
Tiamat is hatching a new plan to escape her banishment.
Yep.
Make your
To
choice.
escape the banishment. All right, here
Your
we
journey
go.
begins on the road to
I
Error.
was trying to do the skill shot, but I failed.
You are being attacked by an owlbear.
An owl bear. All right, hit.
Oh, you are going to die.
We've got the fantastic Michael Dorn doing the voice of our dragon here, so perfect choice for this one. All right, I think that wraps up our video. We've got direct video and audio out of our D&D game here. Keep an eye on our Twitch page. We are Wild Dog Arcade over there. We generally stream on Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. And also soon, coming to YouTube, we'll be live streaming there as well. So definitely give us a subscribe and keep an eye out. Again, thanks for watching this video, and have a great day.